Hey guys, it is Friday, and I apologize that I'm running late. I was having technical difficulties with my phone. As you may notice here, I'm not where I normally am. I'm actually out at my parents' farm today, and yeah, I thought, well, hey, I'm out here anyways. I'll go ahead and come on outside. Little chillier than I was expecting, but it's not too bad. You can see got some horses in the background there that are running around, and yes, that's our beautiful view out here. Can't fully see the mountains as nice as we usually can, but hey, it's a beautiful area. So today, actually, I just was going to touch on an article that I wrote earlier this week regarding being tech savvy. Because it's something that I end up having a lot of people comment on, and a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm so not tech savvy, and I am terrible with computers and all that kind of stuff. And it really got me thinking, because as many of you have come to know, technology is something that I do a lot of. And I've been curious, what is the difference between somebody who is tech savvy and somebody who isn't? So digging a little deeper on that, I kind of came up with, yeah, just checking out the horses there. I kind of came up with there seeming to be about 4 sort of intrinsic qualities that tech-savvy people kind of seem to have. The other thing that I've found is that, being tech-savvy isn't really about what you know. It's really more of a mindset, and that's where these intrinsic values and qualities, not values, qualities really, where they come into play with this. So a lot of people think that, tech-savvy people, oh, they know it all. They can jump on a computer and do anything. But nothing could be farther from the truth, and I can vouch for that. A lot of the time with the people who are tech savvy, it's just that they have these characteristics that kind of keep them moving forward, if you will. So these 4 qualities that I have kind of narrowed it down on, basically it's desire, problem solving, persistence, and organization. Now, to go a little deeper on those, okay? So desire, when I say that, what I mean is that there's something about the technology that those who are tech savvy want to figure out. They have the desire to do it. It's really nothing magical about it. It's not anything, particularly mystical or anything or whatever. And it's not like a skill. It's just that they have that desire to dive in and figure this out. So, a non-tech savvy person, that isn't to say that they don't have desire, but basically they end up in a situation where they get frustrated with a computer, understandably, but something else ends up having a bigger desire for them. It has more importance to them, and the time that it might take to figure out something with the technology isn't a priority for them. So they're kind of lacking that desire to figure it out, okay? So then on the note of figuring it out, right, that leads us to problem solving. So a lot of people who are really tech savvy, or, other people deem them to be these computer gurus, a lot of that comes down to they have these problem solving skills. Again, it's not that they already know everything. It's not that they can just jump on a computer and do whatever they want. It's that they have these built-in kind of problem-solving qualities that gets them digging in the right places. And really, Google searching is a tech-savvy person's best friend. They really do sort of dig into the Google searches as far as, okay, well, I want to do XYZ. How do I make that happen? And they kind of dig through Google looking for those answers. So then the next one is persistence, because if you've ever done a Google search, which I know you all have, yeah, that can be frustrating too. You can't always land on the information that you're looking for when you first start searching. So you have to have an element of persistence just to do the searching. Never mind the trial and error to take it a little deeper. So persistence is a big part of it. And two, as many non-techies have experienced, whenever they've tried to do something on a computer and it just hasn't worked out for them, it can get really frustrating. And so, some people are more prone to giving up on it a little sooner than others. Pam's just commenting, llama alert. I missed the llama. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. There. Okay, so that's our resident llama out here. Right, so persistence is something that really tech-savvy people come by naturally. They may not feel it. They may be frustrated and get equally annoyed as those who deem themselves to be non-tech savvy. But quite honestly, they do. They're kind of a dog with a bone, and they keep at it until they manage to land on what they're looking for. So then the last one is organization. And honestly, this one makes me laugh because, if you ever looked around my personal space, which I try very hard to keep hidden from the camera, I am not an organized person in a lot of areas of my life. But when I'm referring to being tech savvy and organization, it's really more about being sequential. So you take an organized approach to figuring things out. So, like if you're going to troubleshoot something or you're going to walk through the steps to learn something, you want to start at the beginning and walk through those steps one by one. It's not a case of sort of jumping all over the place and randomly attacking different ideas and thoughts and, possible solutions. It's taking that sequential step so that you know what you've done and what you have left to try until you get the results that you're looking for. So really, like I say, being tech savvy really comes down to those four qualities more than anything, right? And again, those were desire, problem solving, persistence, and organization from a sequential sort of standpoint. So, like I said, I kind of was digging a bit deeper in terms of, okay, well, what's the difference between somebody who, people think is tech savvy and somebody who thinks that they're not tech savvy. And I keep saying that they think that because if you think about these four qualities, they're not technological qualities. Right? Everybody has got all of these qualities to some extent. So it just comes a case of how are they applying that? How are they, utilizing those qualities that they already have when it comes to technology? And I think people would really find themselves a lot less frustrated and see a lot more forward progress if they were to embrace those qualities that they already have and apply it to their interaction with technology. And I personally truly believe that everybody is capable of being tech savvy. I also believe that everybody is tech savvy to a certain degree over another person. In the article, I actually use an example of my parents. So, you put my mom and my dad together. And my dad actually just got a smartphone for the very first time this year, a few months ago. So he doesn't know anything about it at all. He's learning. And, you put my mom and my dad together, and my mom is an amazing technological guru. Like, she can run circles around him, right? But you put her into my space and getting her involved with some of the things that I do with technology, and she's more of a newbie. There's stuff that I do that leaves her scratching her head. Well, the same thing applies to me. You put me in a room with some, really high-level developers and whatnot, I'm in awe. Those guys are magical, which is funny because that's what I've had a lot of people say to me is that, I've got a few nicknames actually. One of my favorites of a gal friend of mine out here is that she calls me her wizard, and she also frequently calls me Batman. So now, Deb, when you're watching this, you'll know I'm talking about you. Right? And again, it's more because of what each individual person knows. There will always be somebody who knows more than you, and there will always be somebody who knows less than you. So, when you're having those moments of feeling like you're just not tech savvy, stop and ponder these for a minute, because being tech savvy really has far less to do with the actual technology itself than it does your own mindset. And when you look at it from that perspective, I think you'll find that, yeah, you're tech savvy too. All right. So that's just some of my insights and thoughts on being tech savvy. And I don't know how this is coming through on the video here. It's hard for me to see my own screen, but the wind is going and my eyes are watering and it's beautiful, but it's a little windy and chilly out here. I just hope that it hasn't been affecting the sound too much. So there we go. That's my little spiel for the day, and a happy Friday to you all again. And again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll chat again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.